Hello everybody out there and welcome back here with the future once again to another VHS collection update. If you've not checked out my last couple of videos, they have also been VHS collection updates. One's my Disney clamshell collection update and the other was just 28.0 in my .0 series. This one will be 29.0. I will put my Blu-ray, DVD, and VHS collection zone playlist up to the right. Make sure you click on that and go back and check out all my VHS and DVD and Blu-ray collection updates that I have done. I think this is like the 52nd video that I put in that playlist right now. And I want to say happy Memorial Day to everybody out there. Thank you to all who served, and I hope everybody has enjoyed their Memorial Day weekend. I know I have. So yeah, I want to get back into this videos going here. It's been 3 days since my last, and I like to upload one every like 3 or 4 days. And this one here has to center around my VHS collection once again because I had a lot of VHS that I had stacked up for a while. I did a lot of showcasing reviews on figures and other stuff from my collection last few months, and I did not get around to any collection updates. So I wanted to, get into these VHS that I have stacked up and start showing them off. And I now, after these last few vids, I've knocked them down quite a bit. I think I got a few to show off, maybe an update so or more, and I'll have them all showed off. But I want to get right into it here, guys. First ones I picked up were the 3 Pink Panther movies here. I already had A Shot in the Dark, and as you can see here, I already had this Pink Panther DVD collection. And yeah, as you can see, they're the original. The first was the Pink Panther. Then I do have A Shot in the Dark on VHS as well. And then the other ones I got here were the Pink Panther Strikes Again and Trail of the Pink Panther, which you can see there. I have them in order there. But very good movies. I love Blake Edwards' work. I always loved the work of Peter Sellers, and I'm a fan of the original, Pink Panther series when Peter Sellers was starring in it before he passed away. And they had David Niven take over here in The Curse of the Pink Panther, I should say. I almost messed that up. But yeah, you can see Blake Edwards also directed this one, produced this one as well. But yeah, I love the Pink Panther series. What's cool on these is you can see the Pink Panther actually here in the background here on the VHS cover arts. This was like a movie collection, the Pink Panther movie collection. I'd like to get them all, but these were the 3 that I found, and I was very happy to pick them all up. You can see here on the back, 1964 for this one, 1976, and 1982 there. So awesome to have these in the VHS collection. Getting on with it, here's the cover art for that DVD collection that I have. I have shown this off in the past too. It's been a while. But here's some more that I picked up. You gotta love this. Crocodile Dundee, Paul Hogan. I don't even have this on DVD, but this is the original VHS. 1986 is the date on this VHS. 1991 is when it was launched. The movie was 86. But there you have Paul Hogan as the classic Crocodile Dundee. Not having this one in the collection was kind of a shame, so I had to put this one in there. One of my ones I watched as a kid all the time and always used to laugh at. Next, I have IQ. Thank Love, it says there, a Fred Schapisi film. Meg Ryan, Tim Robbins, and Walter Matthau. I'm a fan of Walter Matthau's work, The Odd Couple and whatnot. And he plays Albert Einstein in this. It's like a comedic. It's like a love comedy, I would say. Trying to look for the words there, but it's kind of like he helps these two get together. It's just kind of weird. He kind of transforms this guy into somebody that Meg Ryan will actually care, a lot about, her British fiance. And he takes her away from him and puts her into the arms of Tim Robbins. But it's a very cool movie. Haven't saw it for a while, but I do remember watching this. So definitely check that one out. Then I didn't have these on there, and if anybody doesn't know, sooner or later I plan on doing like a VHS collection room and setting it up like a, VHS store. That's always been like a dream of mine, to set it up like a whole room set up like a movie store. And if you have a movie room, you have to have, the ones that everybody loved. And, when you went in there, you seen right there ready for rent. And it'd be like Men in Black 2. You'd always see these in there. up on the shelf. So I had to pick these two up when I seen it. I've been getting a lot lately for really cheap. They've been going for like $8 for $1 up at my shop. So I've been trying to pick up some of the ones that I did not have in VHS that I see up there that are interesting. I like the first Men in Black, but the rest were pretty much crap. A lot of people don't even like the first one, but I always like the soundtrack to that one too. So I had to add that to the collection. Then I had to pick this one up too, which also stars Will Smith. Independence Day. I didn't have this one. You can see it was marked as $3, but I'm going to take that off. I only got this thing for like 25 cents. But this was always one of those classics too that you would see up, in the video store that I did not have. Surprisingly, because I have quite a few VHS. If you didn't see that pickup of my thrift shop and flea market finds, which I'll put the playlist up to the right and go back and check out those 2 installments that I've done. I had a crap load of VHS that I picked up. My whole trunk was full. Let's go through here. The next we have Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn and Charade, and my sister's a big Audrey Hepburn fan, so when I saw this VHS here, I had to pick it up. It also has James Coburn in it, one of my favorites there. So the cast on this is just great. Cary Grant, Audrey Hepburn, James Coburn. I mean, you cannot go wrong with this one here. I have it on DVD as well, but didn't have the VHS. So anything like that I like to pick up. Here we have Fritz Lang's Metropolis, which when I saw this, the silent classic from 1926, and it says there with a symphony of unprecedented special effects, Fritz Lang brought his spectacular vision of the city of the future to the screen. And that is true. Black and white, 120 minutes silent, you see there. It doesn't have a date on here, but it's Crown Movie Classics. And this one here is a good times. You have Fox Video doing this one. Looks like Paramount, or Columbia Pictures there. Paramount on these two. And the others were MGM. So just in case you wanted to know. But yeah, having Metropolis is pretty cool. So I'm glad I got that one. I have the DVD of this, but I haven't got to the update yet. I'm going to do a DVD collection update soon, but I have the VHS now too. It's Garfield the movie. And I'm a fan of this just because he was hilariously voiced by Bill Murray in this movie. A lot of people do not like it, but I find this movie funny, actually, and I always liked it. So I've got the VHS now, and I have the DVD too as well, as that'll be coming up in a DVD collection update. I love this cover art, though. I'm a big Garfield fan. I used to draw him all the time as a kid. One of my first characters I ever learned how to draw. Next, we have one of the Christmas movies that I never had, which is one of the most hilarious Christmas movies I've ever saw. Bad Santa, starring Billy Bob Thornton, Lauren Graham, John Ritter, Bernie Mac. Rest in peace to Bernie Mac and John Ritter there, who are both passed away from this movie, but the kid. They did Bad Santa 2 lately, and I have not seen Bad Santa 2, but the first Bad Santa was definitely hilarious, wickedly funny. You laugh till it hurts. I did all that when I watched this for the first time, and I'm glad to have it in the collection. I do not have the DVD. That may be definitely a Christmas update, getting Bad Santa, for sure, on DVD. Next, I have a mini-series that they made starring James Whitmore and Sam Elliott, good old Sam Elliott. It's the gripping true story of the American Indians' desperate struggle for freedom, and I always remember my dad always talking about this, I will fight no more forever. And yes, it was a true story of the American Indians' desperate struggle for freedom, as you can see there. It was a made-for-TV mini-series that came on in parts every week. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read that after I picked this up. I did some research on it because I remember this, my dad having it on tape, but I didn't know it was a mini-series. But when I looked it up, I found that out. And it's good times there, making collectability a way of life. Gotta love Good Times. They did so many releases. Next, you have another one of them ones that are just, I have to put on the shelf if I ever do my room, which I do plan on doing, from the producers of Jurassic Park and the director of Speed. It's Twister. And, as a kid, I kind of did like Twister. Of all the movies that they made of, natural disasters and tornadoes and stuff around this time, because they did a lot like Dante's Peak and stuff, and this was one of the better ones, though, Twister. I actually kind of enjoy this movie still to this day. You see it's Warner Brothers release there. Next, we have 3 that I added to the collection that, if anybody knows, and you can go back up in the right, and I'll put my Marx Brothers DVD collection update that I did. And you can see here, I have 2 different collections of the Marx Brothers. Pretty much every single movie that they ever did on DVD, except for the first one, which is not even, known to exist on any kind of media, I found out. So you can go back and check that one up. I'll put that up to the right, as I said. And what I showed that for is because I picked up Monkey Business, one of the best ones, and you gotta love this cover art. And then I picked up A Night at the Opera, and these are different Marx Brothers collections too. This is MGM, this is MCA Universal here, and I love the backs here because it has the four Marx Brothers, has the movie poster and everything. Huge Marx Brothers fans. One of the best comedy teams ever. So picking up these two Marx Brothers films, A Night at the Opera and Monkey Business, which are probably their first two. They're the best two that I enjoy from all their movies, Monkey Business and Night at the Opera, and they're both really renowned too. Two of their most renowned films that they did. But if you don't like, you never checked out the Marx Brothers, definitely go back and check some of their classic stuff out. You will not regret it. They're over the Three Stooges in my opinion, but I am a Three Stooges fan as well, but just how it is. And I almost thought I had three of those, but no. Actually, I have Call of the Wild here, based on the classic adventure story by Jack London. Exciting, suspenseful, family entertainment. It's been a long time since I saw this, but it's one of those survival movies in the hostile environment of the Alaskan winter. John Thornton and Francois. And it looks like it stars John Beck, Bernard Fresson, John McClem, and Donald Moffat. 1976 is when this was made, and it says Charles Fries Productions there. Produced by Charles Fries Productions, based on the book by Jack London. It's good old Good Times again. Man, I'm getting a lot of those good times. But yeah, it's been a while since I saw this, but it interested me because I remember watching this back in the day, and it's been a long time since I saw it. Next are just some... Well, actually, I want to do these first. I've actually picked up another one of these. These are already ones that I had, Davy Crockett and the Love Bug, from Walt Disney's Studio Film Collection. They're a very cool collection, and I want to get more of these, and they all look uniform. I'm always big on these collections that they made that are like all uniform and all look the same, because they will look cool up there on the wall together if I ever do the video store room. So, yeah. I had these two, but here's a movie that I hadn't had in the collection, DVD or VHS, that I'm really happy that I picked up, and it's part of this Walt Disney Studio Film Collection, and it's none other than 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And yes, Captain Nemo stars in this. Kirk Douglas, Paul Lucas, and Peter Lorre. So, Kirk Douglas stars as Captain Nemo, portrayed by James Mason. Wavering between genius and madness, it says there. So yeah, James Mason portrays Captain Nemo in this. Kirk Douglas just stars in this now. I did watch this not too long back. And if you did not know this, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is actually the first adventure of Captain Nemo. The sequel is Mysterious Island, which was done by Ray Harryhausen and gang. He did stop motion on it and everything. So if you see Mysterious Island, that's what happens to Captain Nemo after 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It's like a follow-up, even though many people don't know about it. It's the second movie of Captain Nemo. But yeah, I'm really happy to get 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Big fan of Kirk Douglas, so any of his work I like to get. And then these are just some kids' movies that I wanted to show off here at the end. That I picked up. This first one was called Dinosaur, an amazing look at a prehistoric giants. The reason I got it is hosted by Christopher Reeve, and I'm a big fan of Superman Christopher Reeve, and for real cheap, I thought this was cool, because I always liked watching these as a kid, these old documentaries, and when I have kids come over and stuff, I like to throw things on for them, and I'd like to actually watch this, because they did life-like stop-motion animation in this. And I'm a stop motion animation fan too, so I gotta check this out. It's definitely dated 1993 home video. 1985 is when the actual thing was made. Dinosaur was made, I guess you'd call it. Family home entertainment as well. So FHE, they did a lot of stuff back then. The next one I picked up was Charles Dickens Collection's A Tale of Two Cities. An animated classic here, an outstanding family library of treasured classics and brilliant animation, it says there. This was made by Burbank Films, an Australian production, but put out by Vestron Video. Old school freaking video here, man. I'm trying to find a date on here. 1984, 1985 is when this was put out. I love the old school animation on this too. When I was a kid, I just loved watching stuff like this, and I remember watching this as a kid. My dad had it on tape, but A Tale of Two Cities, the cartoon, so very cool. Here's ones that I remember when I was in, like, really early days, like kindergarten, first grade. We used to watch these, and I got it because, you know, once again, just for kids and stuff that come over, but The Adventures of Mr. Men by Roger Hargreaves. And it's funny, they still make these books because my niece, Jonna, I went over there and she had little books of these, and I go, hey, I just got a video of these Mr. Men. And there's like Mrs. Men, there's like Mrs. ones too. I'm not sure what they're called. They're not Mrs. Men, but there's like female ones of it. This was from 1987 too. And I remember watching these in like school, man. So when I was younger, they used to play these for us in school. Mr. Funny, Mr. Daydream, Mr. Uppity, Mr. Noisy. Just different little stories of each one of them. And they were very educational as well to kids. And the last two I got, I don't think I've showed this yet, but it's Alvin and the Chipmunks Go to the Movies. It's Batmonk. I'm a big Batman fan, so when I saw this, I definitely had to pick it up. I may have shown this in another VHS collection update, but if I haven't, I'm sorry. But if I haven't, here it is. Buena Vista Home Video, definitely pretty cool because it's put out by Disney's Buena Vista Home Video division there. So very cool. Always a fan of Alvin and the Chipmunks. My friend C-Dub actually said that he had this as a kid. So shout out to him, man, on having this. But Batmonk, you can see they got the Jokester and Batmonk. So it's a definite ripoff of Batman, so I love that. I had to pick it up. Kind of goes on my Batman collection. And the last one I got was an animated classic from when I was a kid that I loved. It's An American Tale, Fievel Goes West, presented by Steven Spielberg. I do not have the original An American Tale, which was really good too, but I always remember Fievel Goes West. I remember McDonald's had the Happy Meals of a Fievel Goes West and stuff when they made it, and it was MCA Universal, as I said, presented by Steven Spielberg there, directed by Phil Neblink and Simon Wells, it says there, and produced by Steven Spielberg. But you know, everybody loves An American Tale, Fievel Goes West. If you haven't saw it or let your kids see it, definitely check it out because it is a great watch for children and adults alike. It's just a good movie. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it on this VHS collection update. I hope everybody enjoyed what I had to show off, and definitely go back and check out my other two VHS collection updates that I did. Yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe if you like what you see. Drop a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up. It's much appreciated here on my channel, all the feedback. And if you're a repeat viewer, I really appreciate you coming back and checking me out. And yeah, guys, happy Memorial Day. I hope you liked the updates. And until next time, guys, peace out.